The change did not announce itself. It arrived quietly, in small moments that refused to stay small. The morning after the debate, I walked into school differently, not proudly, not boldly, just aware of my steps, of my shoulders, of the way people's eyes lingered a little longer than before. Some smiled, some whispered, some simply watched. I took my seat and opened my notebook, but my hands no longer felt like they belonged to the girl who used to sit there. That girl would have shrunk under attention. I did not. When Mr. Adebayo entered, the room shifted the way it always did, softly, respectfully. He greeted the class, his voice calm, his presence steady. Our eyes met for a second. I did not look away. Not because I meant anything by it, but because I no longer needed to. He turned to the board, chalk tapping lightly as he began the lesson. My heart did not race. It settled, as though it had finally found a rhythm that fit. During class, he asked a question. A difficult one. Normally, I would have waited, given others time to answer first, hidden inside a patience that was really fear. That day, my hand lifted before I even thought about it. Yes, he said. I answered clearly, fully, without apologizing for my voice. He nodded once. Good. That single word stayed with me longer than it should have. At break time, I sat beneath the mango tree again, but this time I did not disappear into the shade. I sat where the light could reach me. My notebook lay open, my pen moving freely. Zainab stopped in front of me and stared. "You're different," she said. "I am," I asked, still writing. She smiled slowly. "You don't hide anymore." I laughed it off, but her words followed me through the rest of the day. In the corridors, I walked straighter. In class, I spoke sooner. In my thoughts, I no longer asked permission to exist. It felt strange at first, like wearing clothes that were slightly too big. But with every step, they began to fit. When school ended, I walked home alone, the sun warm on my back, dust rising softly beneath my feet. I noticed things I had always passed without seeing: the way the palm trees leaned toward the road, the sound of women laughing in distant compounds, the smell of wood smoke floating through the air. The world felt wider, and so did I before the debate. I had believed confidence was something you were born with. Some people had it, others didn't. I thought I belonged to the second group: quiet, careful, content to exist on the edges of rooms and conversations. But standing in front of everyone had changed something in me. Not because they clapped, not because they listened, but because I listened to myself. I heard my own voice and realized it was not weak. It had only been waiting. Mr. Adebayo had not given me confidence. He had only shown me that my thoughts were worth respecting. The rest, I did myself. And with that confidence came a harder truth. The stronger I became, the harder it was to pretend my feelings were small. They were no longer just secret thoughts that lived quietly in my chest. They had begun to shape how I walked, how I spoke, how I saw myself. I did not want to run from them anymore. I did not want to drown them in silence. I wanted to carry them the way I now carried my voice, carefully, responsibly, but without shame. That night, lying on my mat beneath the mosquito net, I stared at the ceiling and smiled without meaning to. I was no longer just a girl who admired her teacher. I was becoming someone who believed in herself. And that was dangerous in a new way, because confidence does not make love disappear, it makes it braver. And as sleep slowly found me, one thought stayed bright and steady inside my chest. Some girls fall in love quietly, others grow until love must learn how to fit around them. To be continued. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the next episode.